in, welcome in. Be Wednesday. Hello. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Danielle. Yes, Texas. Texas is beautiful, but Texas has an awful lot of horrible people in it. Not Danielle. Danielle's awesome. And there are little pockets of awesome in Texas and Florida, both places. But taken as a whole, both places suck. So, and Danielle, I wish you'd move away. Let's see. I live in a spot that has a great representative, but most suck, and our senators are at the bottom. Absolutely, 100%. Agreed. Agreed. Ah, I cannot with these people. All right. Tell me something good. What's good going on? Trying to think of what's good. I got my short story in by the deadline. I don't know if it'll be accepted. I think if it's not accepted, it's not the quality of the writing or the quality of the story. It's that there's not enough pirate in it because it's a pirate themed anthology. And my pirates don't actually show up. Like, it isn't about pirates, it's about magic and an old remnant from a pirate ship. So, so I think that if it doesn't make it, I think it really is much more to do um, with the theme than it would be the actual story itself. Um, Jay, welcome in. Welcome in. Sophia says, good thing. The other day, I handled one of the very disabled guy's morning cleaning, which included cleaning and diaper changing in the bed all by myself. First time. Excellent job. Excellent job. Huzzah. Awesome. 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 So, Jay, we're kind of sharing some good things because, the world is trash right now. And so feel free to chime in and give us something good that's going on in the world, in your life, whatever. Hey, Anita, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, Twitch is, you know, Twitch. What are you going to do? So check out our new, so there is a collab between um, the Among Us game and Spirit City. So look at this guy. And look, I immediately went and bought. Oop, that's wrong. I immediately went and bought all his little color options. So we've got the little blue guy with the top hat, and we've got a little plant on the top of his head. Look at that! How cute! And look, happy birthday! And look, breakfast. There's breakfast, y'all. And look, crown, crown. And here's the top hat, like I showed you. Oh, I missed one. I forgot to buy this one. Hang on. A halo. How about that? And look, and he has his own little Among Us friend. How cute is that? Okay, so we're gonna go back to the top hat. I'm sorry, but I was just having a great time with it earlier today, so I thought I'd share. So that's another good thing for today. Uh, let's see. Talking about the disabled guy, he weighs about the same as a chicken, so being able to handle him does not mean being able to handle the heavier guys, of course, but maybe one day. No, but like just the fact that you did it on your own, that's awesome. Danielle says, good thing I actually found a decent picture of me to put on a website for the Grant Foundation. Excellent. There are lots of decent pictures of you. You're photogenic, you're pretty. So like I have a bunch of different pictures of you looking pretty, so meh. Anita said, I got my edits back and have moved on to proofreading and formatting. One step closer, friend. Yes, you should be proud of yourself, Sophia. That's fabulous. I still want to punch one of my coworkers. I mean, that's just work life. That's just work life. Imagine how much worse it would be if you were living in Texas. You would want to punch all of your coworkers. All right. So, what is everybody working on today? Sophia says this is what he did. A lamp broke in one of our patients' rooms. All right, now I have to wait for the story. He picked it up. Okay, this is already going to be bad. But he didn't clean up all the glass. Okay. Some of the glass was in the bed. Wow. Wow. And then he left and went home. Holy cow. And I found it this morning. Did you mention it to like your supervisor? What an asshole. What an asshole. I totally understand wanting to punch him. I reported it, yes. Good. Good. Because you don't need that kind of guy around. Weaponized incompetence, man. Weaponized incompetence. So, but you did a good thing today. In with the good air, out with the bad air. You did what you could. You handled it. Good job. Like, buddy, I know you're 22, but come on. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, great. Yeah, but that's the boys are dumb thing. Honestly. Honestly. He tried out for this job 2 years ago and obviously didn't make it then, but now he's there. I don't know. I'm just making it up at this point. Um, I'm making up the story as it goes. But after his intro, they told the boss, no way. Like, was it like a written introduction or like what? But of course, his mom works at another facility. Ah, Nepo baby. Nepo baby. No practical intro shift. Oh, you're practical. Okay, gotcha. So she kept throwing him shifts. Wow. Like ahead of other temps. That's awful. Of course. Of course. So what's everybody working on? Go ahead and chime in what you're working on today. I am way behind on some things. I don't know. My brain just said for the last 2 days it wasn't going to do very much work. And I didn't. And now I'm behind again. I got all the stuff done by the deadline of Monday, but then I was just like, my brain tapped out after that. It was like, we are taking a couple rest days now. I didn't have time to take rest days, but here we are. Um, let's see, but he wasn't invited to work at that facility this summer because the staff there said if he comes, we won't. So now we're stuck with him. Oh my God, that's awful. Can you guys do the same thing? Nita's working on formatting, and then when that frustrates me too much, I'll move on to editing my Norse Gods book. Excellent. Sophia says, I'll be editing, of course. I'm on chapter 17. Awesome. I really want to start or get back to the book that was supposed to be the short story for the deadline Monday, but got too big. I actually want to get back to that, but I have too much other stuff to do. So I'm probably not going to get into that today. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow, though. So, first thing I need to do today is I have to pick a convention and do some focus work on it. I think I'll probably do multiverse. I have a lot of small things to do and then one great big thing to do. So I want to try to I need to make a list of the small things so I don't forget them. Well, I've also got a medium thing to do. But some of the small things revolve around, like feed into that medium thing to do. So, yeah, so I'm gonna first make a big list of all the things I need to do because there's lots of little things and I want to try not to miss anything. And then I will just start tackling them. All right. Sophia says, too late. No one wants to work in elder care and we have like no temps. That is a shame. That is a shame. That's the way it always is, though, right? Like, some of the most incompetent or sometimes just frankly awful um, people get into places because there are not enough good people wanting to do those things. So he's just so fucking snotty. Fucking 22-year-olds, man. Toward our coworkers. What an asshole. Talk about entitlements. He's the one who should be cleaning all the diapers. Although he'd do an awful job because, of course. All right, enough of that. I'm in trouble. Like I'm in a little bit of a funk, I think. Um, let's see. Excuse me, I have 290 days of experience. Jay, what are you working on today, friend? And we're also streaming to YouTube, but we don't ever have anybody there talking to us, or at least I haven't seen anybody there talking. So we'll see if we get folks in there. Um, Danielle is going to work on her novel. Talk about growing. Went from a short story to a novella, and now it's a novel. It's all grown up. Sophia said he said this to someone who has worked there for years. Wow. That's some entitlement, man. That's some entitlement. You should get involved with the Storytellers Hearth people. They did their marathon a couple weeks ago. Um, I do not have another thing to get involved with. I can't. I have no more spoons on YouTube. Um, I right now I cannot. I cannot right now because and part of what I'm struggling with right now is I have obligations with lots of places, which is fine, but I wasn't, like in May, I was not expecting to go on vacation for 12 days. And so a lot of the responsibilities for Dragon Con and Multiverse happen in May. And I didn't really realize that, of course, but yeah, a lot of stuff that happens in May ramps up to get to June, right? And so I should have been doing more in May. Um, and so part of it is my responsibilities to other people. I can't take on any more commitments because I have to get my current commitments in order. So most of the hard part for DragonCon is done. My schedule's done. I've assigned all of my guests. I mean, there'll probably be some juggling later, and but for now, that's done, which means I have to turn to the other conventions that I have not been as hands on for. Um, all right. Thank you, Anita. And that also reminds me to tell y'all that we have a community challenge. We have 30 days. Well, I guess now probably 26 days, 25 days, something like that, to gather together 150,000 plot bunnies in one place to set it loose uh, all over Twitch. Um, I just got a reminder text for my mom's dentist appointment, and it distracted me. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so we are doing the community challenge to gather up all the plot bunny points so that I will be inspired by all those plot bunnies to do a 6-hour stream, which will most likely be on a Saturday, and it will most likely start either around this time or maybe an hour earlier, and it'll probably be something like 11 to 5, something like that. We Sophia has some bad news for all of us. We still need 117,500 points. So y'all need to make sure you be bringing people here to the channel. So, yeah, that's a lot of donations. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I mean, last time I had to extend it like 3 times. Like 3 or 4 times, and it's like a week extension or something like that. Yep. Sophia's over here killing us with math, man. Yes, I know, Anita. I appreciate that, though. Yes. We will extend it. Don't worry, Sophia. We'll extend it. And I think last time I did 200,000 points. So, like, I actually brought it down. Um, The thing is, I need more people being active every week, so I don't know what else to do for a work stream. I don't know what else to do, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get into it. Okay, speaking of getting into it, it's already a quarter after. We need to get going, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna make my big old list, and then I'm gonna start checking things off. All right. All right. Here we go. y'all. That was quick. I was not ready. Thank you, Sophia, for the music. You're awesome. How'd everybody do? So I made my list of multiverse stuff and I did two things, but I'm also putting it into my Notion so I can actually check that shit off. But that also meant I had to set up like my July thing and my third quarter thing within Notion. So that took a couple extra minutes. Um, and then I got sidetracked by texts. Not for long. It was just the last minute or two. So I commissioned a piece of art for my husband and and the artist just messaged me and said, um, I finished it, but then I trashed it and I'm starting over. And we'll see if ADHD will help me. So they said that and I said, did you not like it? And they said it looked more generic than they wanted. And they just kept trying to push through and fix it, but it just kept not working right. So, yeah, so they're apparently starting over again. My husband's birthday is in 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. Sophia says, I worked on a scene. It's supposed to be emotional. And while I feel the tension, I'm not sure the reader will, you know? Yeah. And also think about it in like, you can't judge that just on the scene itself. You need to also like read it like a reader and read the lead up to it. So like that's one of the weaknesses of editing by scene, you know, like focusing specifically on a scene is that you can't always know if the emotional resonance is there because you can't just look at it as the scene. You have to look at it in the overall you know, where it is in context with the story. So that may not be something that you can really assess until after you're done. So yeah, I understand that entirely. Danielle says, finally able to concentrate a bit and I'm working on edits. Excellent. Anita's slowly getting the ebook table of contents done, and I know how much you love doing the table of contents. Sophia says it's supposed to come a bit out of left field. Excellent. Good, good, good. I like left field. Danielle, thank you so much for your contribution to the 6 hour stream. Jay got some words, kind of operating on low energy. I understand that. Like I said, like I was operating on seriously low energy the last couple days, so I understand that. All right, but let's get back into it. Wait, where did my Spirit City go? There. It got up under a bunch of like windows. So as you can see, I changed position so that you guys could see our little guest sooner. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but let me see. Um, let me show you. Look at what I got on my head. I've got one on my head. Oh, you can't see it. It's too hair. No? Let's see. Head feature? No. There we go. Look, I've got one on my head. How cute is that? Yes. Okay, sorry. I had to show that off. Uh, yeah, too many all-nighters. I understand. Aquamuse.
Sophia's underscore scribings just redeemed Octomuse.
Octomuse. So, oh, we're gonna do my light this time. Excellent. Okay, so let me put this up on my head. I have to fiddle with my camera. Let me get my camera controls up. Okay, here we go. Da-da-da-da. Oof. Okay. Hang on. Wrong way. All right. I don't know if this is gonna be if this is gonna be on here solid enough. I may have to redo it. All right. Thank you, Sophia, for the Octomuse. And let me switch stations to my liked. That's gonna be super eclectic. Okay. All right, I have it queued up. Okay. Shall we get back into it, y'all? I got 20 minutes on the clock. I got an Octomuse on my head. We are good to go. Let's do it. that seems like as good a place as any to stop because the timer's about to go off. Thank you, Sophia, for the music and the Octomuse. How'd everybody do that round? All my frizzy hair. So frizzy today. It's been raining here for the last several days. Although it's sunny now, but it's super weird. We've been getting Florida weather. And that means that we have been getting, like, I just realized my camera is not right. It's not the right size. Um, we've been getting afternoon storms, which is, let's try. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see what's going on. Um, hang on. What needs to go there? Okay, that did not. Hang on. I'm trying to rearrange stuff and it's just not going where I want it. So we'll put it there. There we go. That's better. All right. So we've been getting Florida weather, which means we've been getting afternoon storms. And that's really weird. That's really weird. That means the weather because that's what happens in Florida is you usually get storms every afternoon from about 3:30-ish till about 5 because just storms come in. So we're getting Florida weather right now and it's super weird. It's super weird. Um Jay did not do too well this time, had trouble focusing, adult stuff. I get it. I get it. Danielle says Florida weather, trying to make a joke about how you don't want anything from Florida these days, but cannot come up with anything. I mean, I feel like you just said it just then. So, yeah, Sophia says I'm waiting for thunder. It's in the air. Yeah, yeah, the last several days we've had afternoon storms. Although yesterday's storm went well into the night too. So, but it's just been really weird. I don't know. It was thundering last night here, or that was my imagination. No, it was thundering. It was storming here. It was storming. Sophia says, pretty sure the only thing I'd like from Florida is fresh fruit. Yeah, man, the orange juice. Orange juice is on point. We used to live, when we lived in Florida, we lived a few miles from a place called Flamingo Gardens, and it was kind of a sanctuary, an animal sanctuary, but they also had like orchards and stuff like that. And so they had fresh orange juice like all the time. And yeah, that stuff's good. That stuff is good. Um, and I didn't mind the winter weather was nice. It was real nice. So those were really the high points of Florida were the winter weather and the orange juice. I mean, that's what I got. That's what I got. Um, I used to love storms. Danielle, that's one of the things that's super annoying to me about all this is I used to love storms and now I cannot. They stress me out horribly. So, all right, but we are going to take a little breaky break because I need to use the bathroom and I need to get something to eat because I'm hungry. I had some oatmeal for breakfast this morning, but clearly my body has finished with that. So, and I also need to refill my tea. So let's take 5. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm probably just going to grab a Lunchable because I don't want to think about it. All right. So if you need to get something to eat, like me, or something to drink, like me, or use the restroom, like me, now's the perfect time to do that. And if you are not doing any of those things, but you've been sitting this whole time, just get up and stretch your body a little bit. Also, here's your reminder. If you haven't taken your meds yet, please take your meds. I mean, and if you're supposed to take your meds by now. If you're not supposed to take your meds by now, don't take them yet. Take them when you're supposed to take them. But I've been actually really bad the last half week or so about taking my afternoon pills, which are just vitamins. So if I miss them, it's not that big a deal. But like I took that like during the last couple sprints I've been taking them because I'm like, okay, I have got to get back into the habit of doing this. So yeah. Um let's see. I can see why you don't love storms anymore. My cousin grew up in Florida, so there's that. Oh wait, she lives in the Atlanta area now. Somebody else to come visit. We could all use meds right now. Girl, you ain't even fooling. Yeah. The thing is, they were just sitting on my desk. Like they sit there and they're right in front of my drink. But I've been actively ignoring them for the last few days. I don't know why. All right. 30 minutes. No, that's not right. Not 30 minutes. God, y'all, I'm getting my timings mixed up. 5 minutes. We're going to go do our things and we'll meet back here. All right. Be right back. All right, another perfectly good place to pop back in. End of that song. All right. Hey, Ariel, friend. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Um, so I brought back a Lunchable and some spicy mustard to make it grown up. So the next sprint I'm gonna be off camera because I'm gonna be eating. So, Ariel, how you doing? What you doing today, friend? What are you working on? What are you working on? Um, Yeah, okay, so that last sprint, I was putting stuff into Notion. I'm working on an onboarding protocol for new directors and assistant directors for Multiverse because we've got two new folks coming in. So what I've been doing is, I've just kind of been doing that piecemeal when we've got somebody new. Like I'll be like, "Hey, here's how things work." And stuff. And so I was looking at my old emails to gather that stuff up so I have everything in one place so that I can just then go through the steps of onboarding somebody and so yeah. Let's see. Ariel says doing better now. I had a scare with my back this morning because it was really sore, but the meds helped. Did you sleep wrong? Is that what happened? Did you just sleep in a position that put stress on the injured part or the painful part? Um, so, oop, that's the old timer. So, if you're joining us on YouTube, please feel free to say hi. I don't know that anybody's actually over there, but if you are, please feel free to say hi in the chat because I am trying to keep up with both. Um, so yeah, Ariel says not sure, but it's been pretty sore for the past couple of days. Oof. I'm sorry. I hope it resolves. I really do. Because that ain't fun, man. When your back hurts, it's like everything's wrong. So, all right, y'all. Let's get back into it. Like I said, I'm going to go off camera so that I can eat. Oh, bleh. So, do not expect to see me here, but I will be keeping an eye on the chat. So, we can chat over there if you want. All right, y'all. Let me okay, sorry, I got sidetracked. I got an email notification. Okay, so let me pull up the timer. Y'all ready? We got another 20 minutes. Here we go. That was the timer, y'all. Sorry about that. I was all involved in creating that onboarding flow chart thing. What is it? Um, Onboarding process, I guess. So I'm working on like the old how it works email was sent out at a different time of year. So it has a bunch of details that don't apply right now because we've already done them. But I want to keep that verbiage. So I'm like creating different like drop down toggles that has different pieces so that I can just like kind of cut and paste at whatever piece is appropriate when we get somebody new. Anyway, so that's what I was working on after I finished eating my lunch. So, how did you do that round? How did you do? I'm hoping to have this piece done in this next sprint so that I can then actually work on the onboarding part. I already had them do one piece of it, so that's done. But I need to, get them in the loop of what's going on. Let's see. Anita got distracted by possible book purchases, but didn't buy. Getting the mail and replying to a comment on a post. Excellent. Awesome. 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 How'd the rest of you guys do? Sophia has completed chapter 17. Ah, yay. Great job. Great job. Look at me. I'm wearing purple and I realize how many things I match on my screen. Like the little subscription goal thing down here and then all of the colors uh of the wall and stuff on here. I'm like very matching, very coordinating. Um 17 out of 29. That means you are more than halfway done. You are on your way to 3/4 of the way done, my friend. Yes. Ariel's inching closer to the end, which would have been done this sprint, but had to take care of something work related first. Oh my God, you're like right there. Like right there. I know we've been saying you're so close for so long, but you're like right there. So, Sophia said, and the goal for this week is to be done with 19 out of 29. So you're doing great. You're doing great. You've just got two more. The goal is not realistic. I mean, maybe not, but that make that your stretch goal, right? Your real goal was what? 2 chapters a week? So that's your stretch goal. Jay says no words, had to handle day job situation. That happens, right? That happens. All right. But shall we get back into it? I've got another 20 minutes on the clock. I'm going to continue to put together this onboarding process. And then hopefully I'll be able to actually do the onboarding part. Sophia says chapter 19 is very long. That's the issue. And I work late tomorrow. That's okay. That's okay. You're still chugging along. That's what matters. You're doing great, Sophia. You're doing great. Very late, too late to come to chat. Oh, that's really late. Unless, I'm going and going and going, which I sometimes do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So, all right. But for right now, we're going to get back into it. Danielle says, I've got a few more minutes before resting and meeting with grant students. That's going to be so fun. Yay. All right. So let's get going. 20 minutes. Here we go. Okay, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How'd you do? I think I've got the general onboarding process done. I'll probably add stuff to it, as I go through and go, oh, I forgot to do X. So I'm in the process of doing some of the things on the checklist for the two new directors. I'm currently adding them to the appropriate channels on Discord. Um, and then I'll be working on email for them, a couple different emails. All right. So, yeah, I'm just kind of chugging along, doing my thing. So, how'd you do? We get a little break. So, I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on. I'm actually going to stay on camera because I did all the things last time and I don't need to do the things now. Anita proofed some of the book. Good job. Good job. Okay, let me. Oop, hello. I already had it open, dummy. Do, 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 do. I wish that there were like presets that I could do. All right. So, let's see. Sophia's not doing anything. Should be cleaning, but doesn't want to. So I don't have to. That's right. You're a fucking adult. You can do what you want. So yes, I agree. Ariel finished. Ariel finished her first book, y'all. Y'all. Wait, where are my sounds? Do 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 do. Uh, Congratulations, Ariel. Great job. Great job. Now you get to breathe for a few minutes. You can set it aside. Don't jump back into it. Let it sit for a couple weeks. Just let it sit. So, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Yay. So that'll be your good news for the rest of the month. Jay says, just not my day today. Is work cutting into your writing time? Dang them. Dang them. So, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. That sucks. For sure. For sure. Um, but we will look at our cute little guys here. I think I'm gonna switch up the activity. Let's go to the desk. And I think I want to change um what he looks like. I want the color. So I'm thinking the guy with the little plant on his head. What do you think? I like that one. I think it's super cute. Yay. Um oh, and we leveled up. Okay. Sophia says, I think I'm going to try to make myself edit tomorrow morning. If I can do an hour, that should be enough to get one chapter done. Excellent. Ariel says, thank you. It's tempting to jump in and mess with the ending. Don't. You need to let it sit for a couple weeks. You need to disconnect from it. You need to just let it sit. Just let it be. It's done. It's finished. Let it sit in its doneness for now before you start fucking with it. Give your brain a rest. Give your brain a rest. I mean, write other stuff if you want, but like do something totally different. Write a short story, write a horror story, write a I don't know, whatever. Just write something like not part of this. Good night, Sophia. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, friend. Good luck tomorrow. I'll see you then. Maybe no, I won't see you because you got a long day. Maybe I'll see you Friday. Maybe. Anyway, have a good day tomorrow. Um, so the other thing is apparently we've got a whole bunch of new spirits in the kitchen, but I haven't found any of them yet. So yeah, so I feel like we need to do this. So I'm going to set this one, place ingredients to a pot and bring to a boil, listen to the bubbles to know when it's done. Perfect to enjoy during lunchtime. Okay, so what that means is we pop over to the kitchen and we are cooking. No, we're simmering, and it has to be during lunchtime, so afternoon. Okay, but the spirit decks didn't. Usually, this'll go in a little circle. Let's see. So maybe this isn't the right activity. Maybe it's cooking. No, still not. Okay. Those are the only two it could be. I still think it's simmering. Light afternoon. I wonder if I should be playing music. Um, no, I don't think that's right. Okay, so why won't it? Anybody got any thoughts? Autumn's here. Autumn, welcome in and thank you so much for contributing to the 6 hour stream. We're just on a quick little break that is about to end. There it went. Um, and I'm trying to figure out what this particular guy is. So place ingredients in a pot, bring to a boil, listen to the bubbles to know. Oh, listen to the bubbles. That's it. All right. Hang on. That's what we're not doing right. Bubbles, tasty bubbling. There we go. But we're going to turn that shit down because ain't nobody want to hear that. And I really don't want to hear it when we get going. My water is empty, but I have decaffeinated tea, so I will hydrate with that. Thank you for that, Autumn. You're working on summer camp. Excellent. We're trying to lure a new spirit, but look, we've got this guy. Look at him, he's stirring. Sorry, we just got him today. But we're gonna try to lure one of the kitchen spirits here. So we're gonna let that go. So you're working on summer camp. Excellent. We are going to get started on the next sprint. I'm working on multiverse stuff, specifically about the directors, onboarding new directors. So I'm gonna get back to that. And Ariel just finished her book, so I don't know what the hell she's gonna do this sprint. Ariel, what are you gonna do this sprint? You gonna sit back and eat some bonbons? Have a pool boy wave a frond at you to while you relax by the pool, sip amid juleps or something. I don't know. All right. Uh so let's go. I got 20 minutes on the clock. I'll quit being silly anytime now. Probably not, but all right. Here we go. God, that's loud. All right, y'all. That's it for that sprint. Can't believe it's almost time to be done with the stream. That's crazy. So, how did everybody do? I am almost done with the first email to the directors with all the information they need is in terms of the onboarding part. And then, excuse me, I have to work on an email for all the directors, but that also requires me to pull out some spreadsheets and make sure the spreadsheets are set up properly, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. So that's what I'm working on. All multiverse all day. And I've got to do Atlanta Comic Con stuff today too. So, how'd everybody else do? We are down to 2 viewers. It always cracks me up how like we end up with hardly anybody here. So, all right, let me know how you did in the chat. We got one more sprint, and we'll make this one, I think, a 25-minute sprint. Um, maybe actually probably a 30-minute sprint would work. So, hope that's cool with y'all. My finger is peeling. So, anyway, Anita got the first proofreading done. Now on to editing a death scene in Norse Tales. Words are hard, y'all. I really wish this other little sprite would like this our little spirit would come to us, but it's not so far. But we're looking for it. So those of you who don't know, the little swirling on the left where it says spirit decks, that means we are luring a spirits. We're on the right track. Now we just wait. So okay. Bye, spammy person. Oops, I missed. I missed it. Oh, I did it twice. Okay. I thought it would make the thing disappear. It used to, so the spammy person used to be when you ban them, their chat went away. So I guess I have to now do it manually? Hang on. Can I delete that? Can you guys still see that message? I can't see it. I mean, I can see it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right. I think we'll do 30 minutes, which will take us right to 3 o'clock. So I mean, if there's only one or two people in here, then we may not raid, but I'm gonna go find somebody to raid anyway. Okay, thank you, Anita, because it's still showing on my screen. So thank you. Thank you for confirming that it is now deleted. So, all right, we're gonna finish this stream up strong in this final sprint. Like I said, I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. If we have enough people to raid, we may not. We'll see. Um, and then I will get back into the onboarding emails and stuff. So, y'all ready? I got 30 minutes on the clock. Long sprint this time. Here we go. y'all. That's it. That's the end of the stream. Almost, though. Are you guys still out there? How did you do this round? How did you do? You may notice we have a little red dot over our spirit decks thing right here. That means we have lured one of the spirits. Lured one of the spirits. So we're going to open that up. While you guys are checking in the chat, we are going to meet our new spirit. I need to move it in front of me, though, so I can see a little better. All right, we ready? How cute! A capy bun! These laid back spirits love spending their day lazing around in the kitchen, especially when food is cooking. You'll often find capybun simmering leisurely in any pot of soup, sauce, or stew you put to boil on the stove. But you needn't worry about the heat because the butter pat on the spirit's head helps regulate its temperature. Indeed, they seem to much prefer hot soups to cold ones, which make them chilly. I've recently observed that when Capybun sneezes, a puff of flour comes out of its nose that dissipates right after without leaving a trace. Okay, that's freaking hilarious. All right, so but I'd be more concerned about the hair. All right, so let's see what color options we've got. Oh my god, that one's so cute. And then we have a chocolate one. We have a puppy dog looking one. Cute. Cute. And pink. I'm kind of partial to this one, y'all, not unsurprisingly. There we go. So there. Now we've got a new guy. Look at how cute he is. How about that? All right. Anita did some editing, wrote an excellent sentence. Choked on her own blood, the crimson liquid oozing past her lips in bubbles of trapped screams. Holy shit, that is an excellent sentence. Great job, Anita. I hope you're super proud of that one because that's a good one. That's a good one. It's the bubbles of trapped screams that just catch you. So great job. Great job. All right. How'd everybody else do? So we have raised 39,000 for the 6-hour stream so far. So yay, that's awesome. So don't forget to dump your plot buddies in there. We've only got a couple people left. That is not the right screen I wanted. Hello, I did not want that. Go away. Go away. Go away. Okay. Yeah, so we've only got a couple people, but you know what? We're gonna raid anyway. We're gonna raid Egg. They are working on a novel that they are collaborating with another author with. So they're right in the middle of a sprint right now. They got about 10 more minutes. But we're going to go ahead and raid them. So, but first, we're going to go over the events of the coming week. Let me pull up my calendar. All right. Today's Wednesday. This is it today. These are all going to be Eastern time, as always. You'll have to do the math yourself in terms of time zones or use our Google Calendar. So Thursday, tomorrow at noon, I'll be right back here doing this thing again, and hopefully I'll have multiverse stuff done for now, or most of it at least. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to write tomorrow because I'm super excited about this novel. And y'all know I have not been this excited about writing probably ever since you've ever known me. But I am super excited for this story. So I want to get back into the plotting and getting some detail into the outlines so that I have, I'm ready to actually start writing, which I would like to try to start doing mid-month-ish. So yeah. Janine, thank you so much for contributing to the 6 hour stream challenge. You've been lurking for a while. So glad you could join us, even though we're about to be done. But let me finish doing this. Okay, so noon tomorrow, I'll be back here, noon to 3, as usual. We might go a little long so that Sophia can hop in when she gets off work since she's got a late shift and I have a lot of things I need to do. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. Then. Mm, Looks oh, there they are. Okay, sorry. I didn't see the other thing for tomorrow, but it was there. I just didn't see it. Okay. 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, Amelia does her 30-minute writing sprint. She goes from 7 until 9, so she does about 4 of those writing sprints. Then on Friday, we have an early morning for you early birds. I am not an early bird. I'm a late bird. I'm an owl. I will not be there. But 7 a.m. Friday morning, we have our summer morning writing group with Sarah. She goes from 7 until 8 to get some early morning words in. Then at 1 o'clock, I will be hosting our usual Zoom co-working. That's our very, very first co-working session that we ever did here at the Writers Troop. So it goes from 1 till about 2:30. There are two 30-minute sprints. Then at 7 p.m., we have writing sprints hosted by Amelia again. Those are the 30-minute sprints, and they go till about 9. At 10 p.m. on Friday, we have Go Indie Now's late night news on the Go Indie Now YouTube channel. We go from 10 till about 11. Joe Compton and I bring you interesting and impactful stories that are of interest to indie creators, especially writers, but not exclusively writers. And we will probably be talking about some court decisions. Here in the US. Okay, so that is Friday. Long, long day Friday. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. if you're not an early bird, but you still want to do some morning writing. Saturday at 11 a.m. on the Discord, James hosts his Saturday Discord sprints from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Then on Sunday, 10 a.m., Lisa Raby hosts her Sunday morning write-in. She goes from 10 until 12. Then at 7 p.m. on Sunday evening, we have our usual Zoom chat. If you have not as yet voted, which you haven't because I just put it up today because I'm lame, go into the Facebook event. And if you go inside there and look at the post inside the Facebook event, you can vote on the topic or topics of your choice, or you can suggest a new topic if you have something you want to talk about. Oh, Anita did vote. Thank you, Anita. Um, yeah, you're one of the few that's on top of things as soon as I post them. Okay, so that Sunday we go. That goes from 7 till about 8:30. We almost always have a great discussion, and I am gonna start working on uploading all of those videos. I'm so behind. I'm like months behind, and I apologize, but I am gonna start doing those this week now that I'm actually getting shit done. Okay, Monday, another early morning, summer morning writing group with Sarah at 7 a.m., 7 until 8. Then at noon, we have Kick Off the Week co-working with Tiffany Vega. She goes from noon until 2. And I believe Joe Compton is back this month with his writing sprints and meditation at 2 o'clock on Monday, but I will definitely double check with him and hopefully know by tomorrow whether he'll be restarting. He took the month of June off. So if he's doing it, it goes from 2 until 4. Then on Tuesday, we have Amelia's writing sprints again. She goes from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. And then that brings us around to next Wednesday, where we will have again the early morning, summer morning writing group with Sarah at 7 a.m. And then we'll be doing this again at noon. Actually, let me see. Hang on. My mom has an appointment. Hang on. Well, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday next week. Let me look. I don't think I put it on my calendar. July 9th, Wednesday. Okay, yeah. So never mind. We are not going to be doing, oh, there it is. It is on my calendar. I will not be doing sprints on Wednesday. I might be doing sprints on Tuesday instead because I have to take my mom to the dentist. So let me take that off the calendar. Big lion liar that I am. I'll probably end up doing sprints on Tuesday though, instead. So we will probably still have at least two next week, but it's probably going to be Tuesday and Thursday instead of Wednesday and Thursday. All right, let's see. Do do do. Jay got some words, but not much. That's okay. It's more words than you had, an hour ago. You're doing great. You're doing great. Just keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. All right, we're going to do a very tiny little raid because there's only a few of us left. And it looks like Egg has about 3 minutes left on their sprint. But they are working real hard, which I love. And they're also doing Spirit City, but I think they're very early. I don't think they've been doing it for very long because they still don't have. I don't think they have most of the main ones. So, but we're gonna go ahead and raid Egg. Here we go. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, everybody. And we will be back tomorrow doing this again. But for now, let's go raid Egg and get some more work done. Bye, y'all.
Welcome in, Raiders. How the heck are ya? Vanessa, how's it going? Let me get a little shout-ski in here for you. Oh, look, we see a little spirit. I almost called it Spirit Fair. A little Spirit City. Spirit